Antarctica is a wholly unique place politically. No one owns the continent. It's not divided up between nations. It's governed by an international treaty.
Antarctica is far from the frozen wasteland most people imagine. Beneath its crushing kilometers of ice lies an astonishing world, full of ancient forests, mysterious rivers, and creatures thriving in complete darkness. What if I told you this icy desert hides giant jellyfish that stretch longer than a school bus, and mountain ranges that have never felt the sun? This hidden realm is a scientific enigma, a time capsule that preserves Earth's past and hints at secrets from other worlds. As we peel back the layers of ice, we discover clues about climate, life, and the planet's own history, revealing that Antarctica is anything but what it seems. Antarctica's ice sheet depths. Antarctica's ice sheet is one of the most incredible natural features on Earth, yet few can truly grasp its sheer scale and depth. This isn't just a thin layer of ice. It's an immense frozen ocean of ice that can be up to 4.5 kilometers thick. To put that into perspective, you could stack 5 Burj Khalifas, the tallest skyscrapers in the world, one on top of the other, and still not penetrate the surface. This massive ice sheet covers the continent like a giant white blanket, concealing the landscape beneath it from view. The ice doesn't just sit still either. It flows slowly, pushed by gravity, moving vast amounts of frozen water toward the edges of the continent. Despite this movement, much of the ice remains stable, creating an environment that traps secrets of the past deep beneath its surface. Scientists have become obsessed with drilling through this colossal ice sheet because they know that beneath it lies a hidden world, a kind of time capsule preserving Earth's history in incredible detail. The extreme thickness means that much of what lies underneath remains inaccessible, challenging even the most advanced technology. Researchers use remote sensing, radar, and ice-penetrating sonar to glimpse what's hidden, mapping mountains, valleys, and ancient lakes that have been sealed away for millions of years. The difficulty and expense of exploring beneath this ice create a barrier, a mystery that continues to captivate scientists worldwide. This thick layer of ice is also a key piece in the global climate puzzle. Its sheer volume holds about 90% of the world's frozen fresh water, making it a crucial indicator in studies of sea level rise and climate change. Understanding the dynamics of this ice sheet isn't just about curiosity, it's about predicting the future of our planet. Below this towering sheet of ice, liquid water flows in places, forming underground river channels invisible from above. These subglacial waterways are critical in understanding how ice moves and melts beneath the surface. Their existence reveals that Antarctica is not just a static frozen desert, but a dynamic system with its own hidden processes. Yet, the majority of what lies beneath remains a mystery. As technology improves, we slowly uncover the shape of hidden mountains and valleys that rival those on the continents we walk every day. These discoveries force us to rethink Antarctica's role in Earth's geological and climatic systems. Because the ice is so thick, it keeps much of the wildlife and geological features beneath in permanent darkness, frozen in time. What lies in that eternal night is unlike anything found elsewhere on the planet. The deeper you go, the stranger it becomes. Scientists know the ice's surface, but beneath it is a story still mostly untold, one that might completely rewrite what we think we know about Earth's past. The secrets buried in Antarctica's frozen depths are waiting for us to uncover their truths. If the ice sheet's depth is astonishing, what's hidden within the darkness beneath it is even more surprising. Hidden life in the darkness. Beneath the relentless ice, life exists in unimaginable conditions. In 2022, researchers drilled through nearly 500 meters of ice under the Ross Ice Shelf, curious about what might be living in these extreme cold, dark waters. What they found stunned the scientific world. Thousands of tiny, shrimp-like creatures called amphipods, wriggling in complete darkness, surviving at temperatures near freezing. These are not ordinary freshwater shrimp you'd find in lakes or rivers. These delicate animals live in eternal night, hundreds of meters beneath solid ice. The uncovering of these amphipods discloses a prosperous habitat that had been inaccessible to humans for thousands of years. But what is the secret of their survival in total darkness? The answer is amphipods' diet, which includes dead plant matter. Thus, at some stage, plant life must have existed in Antarctica for them to survive. This indicates a world that's gone under the ice, a habitat that lived even when the continent was not yet frozen. This secret underground river not only facilitates life, but also narrates an incredible story. It discloses that Antarctica was no longer the ice-covered desert we are familiar with, but a place where rivers flowed and life thrived under very different conditions. This world hidden under ice challenges our beliefs about life and its resilience. On the contrary, scientific discoveries have given reasons for questioning the existence of other forms of life living in those dark waters. Are there organisms that are more complex? Might tiny bacteria continue in their existence by being trapped in the deep pockets that have no daylight and relying on chemical energy instead of sunlight to survive? The speculation goes even further to other planets, reminding us of what the scientists think about life on the icy moons in our solar system.
Matters to everybody what happens in the Antarctic.
These amphipods represent a mute observer to the past of Antarctica, minute beings that connect the present icy continent to its verdant past. Their survival is an indication of the hardiness of life in areas once considered dead. It is a revelation of a region where darkness and ice are the usual conditions, and life quietly evolves in the dark. Investigating this concealed biosphere may provide hints about the changing climate and ecosystems of the Earth. It shows the extreme of life adaptation to change. If life is really flourishing here, what about other beings that are still left to be discovered under the ice? From these icy depths teeming with life, our gaze extends to the dark, mysterious oceans surrounding Antarctica. Places so deep and unexplored, they hold secrets that continue to baffle scientists. Mysteries of the ocean depths. The Southern Ocean, encircling Antarctica, hides some of the most profound mysteries of our planet's underwater world. Among its many wonders lies the Factorian Deep, discovered only recently in 2019. This abyss plunges to an astonishing depth of 7,437 meters, deep enough to swallow skyscrapers several times over. It rivals the famous Challenger Deep and remains largely unexplored due to the extreme conditions of its icy waters. Mapping this abyss required advanced technologies like sonar scanning from research vessels braving harsh Antarctic seas. Despite over 1,000 tests and scans, scientists still know little about how the Factorian Deep formed or how it connects with the surrounding ocean floor.
It also matters if the Antarctic, as far as world sea level is concerned, it's the largest source of new water added to the oceans in the world.
Its geological origins remain unclear, prompting questions about the tectonic activity and history of the Antarctic region. Such depths are home to a range of life forms adapted to crushing pressures, near-freezing temperatures, and total darkness. Yet many aspects of this ecosystem remain a mystery. One well-documented curiosity is the occasional appearance of enormous creatures like the giant phantom jellyfish, which can grow over 30 feet long and normally inhabit depths over 1,000 meters deeper than the Factorian Deep. Their rare ascents closer to the surface puzzle researchers. Why do these giants venture into shallower, colder waters near Antarctica? The ocean's deep trenches also offer clues about Earth's climate history and tectonic shifts. Sediments collected from these depths contain fossils and minerals that record environmental changes spanning millions of years. Each layer is a page in a hidden book about our planet's evolving atmosphere and geology. Beyond biological mysteries, the deep Antarctic Ocean remains a frontier for scientific discovery, holding answers about global ocean circulation patterns and sea level changes. These trenches impact how heat and carbon dioxide cycle through the planet, influencing weather systems far beyond the polar regions. Despite the secrets revealed by technology, the Factorian Deep and nearby abyssal zones remain largely off-limits to human observation. The extreme cold, enormous pressure, and thick ice above make direct exploration a formidable challenge. This makes every data point collected from these depths invaluable. While life persists in the darkness, the presence of massive, strange creatures drifting up from the deep adds another layer of mystery, hinting at unknown adaptations and survival strategies. The ocean depths near Antarctica are a reminder that our planet's most hidden realms are often its most extraordinary. From fathomless depths and cold waters, we begin to glimpse giants and wonders that stretch the limits of life itself. Giants beneath the ice. Antarctica's icy depths are home to some of the most astonishing creatures on the planet, challenging what we think life can handle. One of the most mysterious visitors reported by expeditions is the giant phantom jellyfish. These ethereal beings can grow over 30 feet long, dwarfing even the largest animals on land. Normally found drifting at depths of 3,500 feet or more, they rarely come near the surface, making their occasional appearances near Antarctica all the more puzzling. To the scientists, the phenomenon of these massive jellyfish coming up to the surface from the dark and oppressive depths remains a puzzle. To the jellyfish, this would be nothing less than a voyage from the freezing cold areas where neither sunlight nor human beings can reach to a very different environment. Nevertheless, these large animals seem to be more than capable of handling the harsh conditions of their deep-sea habitat, the cold and pressure of the sea floor. Cosmic creatures, their bodies translucent and their tentacles trailing, are moving around, being a ghostly presence in the Antarctic waters. The giant phantom jellyfish is merely one of the examples among the strange and huge beings of the deep Southern Ocean who take part in this underwater drama. These enigmatic creatures point to diverse living beings existing in the ice and water boundaries below, which are yet to be discovered. They indicate that the ocean's depths, which are invisible, are rather wildernesses full of life forms that are continually being tested in terms of their biology. It may also be the case that their coming up is indeed related to environmental changes happening at the seafloor that are not perceived by human eyes or being correlated to reproduction or feeding habits, which are not yet known. Every sighting deepens our understanding, but also creates as many new questions as it provides answers. So, what made the giants come to the icy surface waters? What caused their migration? And how did they manage to go through the transition? Sometimes boats and research stations operating in Antarctic waters see other strange things, such as large jellyfish or other gel-like creatures that are hard to classify. These sightings support the notion that the hidden biosphere under the ice is still one of the least explored areas on the planet.
Of what's underneath the ice in Antarctica. And my mind is blown because I had no idea it was like this.
The deep ocean's grotesque giants, however, still demand studies even after decades of marine biology advances. These creatures' biological intrigue is none other than the power and mystery of Antarctica, that could be a landscape where the rules of life and survival are totally different due to the everlasting winter darkness. They have already been connected with the hidden world under the ice. And now that implies who knows what other giants and unseen and unknown species inhabit this secret world. While these enormous creatures haunt the dark southern waters, their existence is rooted in a past when Antarctica was very different, a place lush with life and vibrant ecosystems waiting to be uncovered. Ancient rainforest evidence. The idea of Antarctica as a frozen desert is a modern reality, but a stark contrast to its ancient past, which was remarkably warm and green. Scientists have uncovered compelling evidence that this frozen continent once hosted sprawling rainforests during the Cretaceous period, roughly 90 million years ago. Fossilized roots, pollen grains, and remnants of once thriving trees lie locked beneath the ice and sediment, telling a story of a lush, vibrant world long vanished beneath glaciers.
Antarctica was lush and green.
Advanced dating techniques place these rainforests in an era when Earth's atmosphere was flooded with far more carbon dioxide than today, creating a climate capable of supporting massive forests even at polar latitudes. Back then, Antarctica was part of a supercontinent, experiencing much warmer weather and richer biodiversity than the white desert we see now. Imagine verdant valleys and colorful fields, habitats teeming with ancient life.
The most important issue to me is the issue of a global cataclysm at the end of the Ice Age.
Such discoveries are more than mere fossils. They reshape our understanding of how climate and ecosystems have evolved over millions of years. The coal deposits found in Antarctica further support this narrative. Coal forms from compressed and ancient plant matter, meaning these forests existed long enough and in dense enough growth to leave behind vast fossil fuels beneath layers of ice. Early 20th century explorers were among the first to hint at this surprising history when they discovered coal seams buried in the frozen ground. These findings confirmed that Antarctica's current icy facade masks a planet that once offered abundant shelter and resources for life. The ancient forests thrived for millions of years before climate shifts and geological events ultimately buried them beneath ice. This tropical past invites us to rethink the processes that transformed Antarctica from a green paradise into an icy wilderness. It shows a planet capable of dramatic changes, with ecosystems rising and falling in response to global carbon cycles and shifting climates. Antarctica acts as a frozen archive, revealing the fragility and resilience of life. Uncovering these ancient ecosystems also helps scientists model potential future climate scenarios. If polar regions were once green and warm, what might current global warming mean for polar changes to come? The fossils serve as a stark reminder of the planet's capacity for transformation on geological timescales. From the thriving rainforests of the distant past, our journey now takes us beyond Earth itself, to stones that fell from the skies and landed in the Antarctic ice. Visitors from outer space that hold tantalizing clues about life beyond our planet. The giant creatures drifting in Antarctic waters and the buried forest relics reveal a world teeming with surprises. But Antarctica's story reaches even farther, to cosmic visitors and a frozen history etched in stone and ice. Alien visitors in ice and rock. Antarctica is not only a frozen archive of Earth's history, but also a prime landing spot for visitors from beyond our planet. Meteorites from across the solar system frequently crash onto its stark, icy surface, preserved in pristine condition by the cold and dryness. The continent acts like a natural freezer and collector, where rocks that traveled millions of miles drift quietly to rest, offering scientists rare insights into the makeup of our cosmic neighborhood. Some of the astronauts going into space are really amazing creatures. A meteorite, which is around 4 billion years old and has a Martian origin, is one of the most popular ones. This rock, which was discovered frozen in the Antarctic ice, created a stir in 1996, when it was speculated that it might contain fossilized microbes, perhaps the earliest proof of life on the red planet. The minerals of the rock include water-containing compounds, the so-called hydrated minerals, indicating that the planet was indeed cooler and wetter in the very distant past. The consequences of just this one rock are huge.
From Antarctica, and we have 45,000 of them, but only 100 are this size or larger.
It points to the possibility that Mars was suitable for life billions of years ago, and thus, Antarctica becomes a major area for the study of alien life and the evolution of planets. The good thing about Antarctica is that it keeps these meteorites in such a superb state, so the continent is a major player in the field of astrobiology, thus linking up the frozen part of earthly nature with the cosmic mysteries. However, Mars meteorites are not the only valuable things that are found in this place. The continent has always been a source of fragments from asteroids and even the moon, with every rock being a witness to planetary formation and solar system history. Their chemical compositions enable scientists to connect the dots for events that not only impacted the Earth, but also its neighboring worlds.
A nearly 17-pound meteorite that, along with the sediment samples already back in Chicago.
The extraterrestrial meteorites not only present a scientific mystery, they also stimulate our imagination by associating the known Antarctic ice with the huge, unexplored universe. Every meteorite contains its own secrets, which are brought from light years away, sealed in a spot that is completely out of human development. Thus, Antarctica's frozen desert is at once a source of Earth's past and a bridge to the stars. The study of these meteorites not only clarifies our understanding of the solar system's life and water dissemination, but also helps in the refinements of our understanding. If the moon had water and maybe microbes, it calls for the areas of potential life to be extended to other planets, icy moons, or even the most distant exoplanets. The small meteorites challenge us to reconsider our position in the universe. The ice of Antarctica is hiding a lot of cosmic treasures under its surface, which are just waiting to be found either by the inquisitive or the fortunate. They hint at the fact that the continent is not just an earthly wilderness, but rather a cosmic junction where the tales of planets and life come together. From this celestial bounty, our attention turns back inward, deep into the ice itself, the frozen library that holds Earth's climate secrets locked in time. Ice cores and climate time capsules. Beneath Antarctica's ice lies an extraordinary archive, one that scientists liken to a time machine for understanding Earth's climate history. Every year, fresh snow falls, capturing tiny bubbles of air from the atmosphere that freeze and get trapped in layers. Over centuries and millennia, these layers accumulate, compressing into solid ice that preserves detailed snapshots of the planet's atmosphere going back hundreds of thousands of years. Researchers drill deep into these ice sheets to extract long cylinders called ice cores. The deeper the core, the further back in time it goes, with some reaching nearly 800,000 years old.
It's the ash of an Icelandic volcano that blew up to Greenland 50,000 years ago.
These cores reveal the exact composition of gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide from those ancient atmospheres, allowing scientists to reconstruct past temperature cycles and atmospheric conditions with astonishing detail. By studying these frozen bubbles, scientists have discovered that Earth's climate has changed in regular cycles, first every 40,000 years and later every 100,000 years. These alternating warm and cold periods offer crucial insights into how natural forces like solar radiation and greenhouse gases drive climate fluctuations through time. The ice cores also preserve records of massive storms, volcanic eruptions, and shifts in ocean currents. Each layer is like a page in a complex story, chronicling the planet's response to changes both gradual and extreme. This detailed climate history provides a critical baseline to compare with current warming trends caused by human activities. These frozen archives don't just tell us what happened in the past, they hint at what might be coming. By understanding how carbon dioxide and temperature have risen and fallen over nearly 1 million years, scientists can better predict possible climate futures. When will the next megastorm hit? How intense could global warming become? The answers may lie trapped in Antarctic ice. The conditions required to preserve these delicate air bubbles are so rare that Antarctica remains the only place on Earth where such continuous and deep records exist. It's a testament to the continent's unique role in Earth science, providing an unmatched window into climate dynamics. Extracting these cores is a challenging endeavor, drilling through miles of solid ice in one of the most inhospitable places on the planet. Yet each core pulled from the depths is a treasure trove of information that might hold keys to preserving our planet's future. This frozen record layered with gas bubbles and dust, is a powerful reminder that beneath Antarctica's silent white surface lies a dynamic chronicle of Earth's past, one that continues to inform and shape our understanding of life on a changing planet.
They've turned to ice, and we can count them. Summer, winter, like tree rings.
Ice cores also contain microscopic particles such as sea salt, ash, and mineral dust that reveal how wind patterns and aridity have shifted across continents over time. Changes in dust concentration can indicate periods of widespread drought, expanding deserts, or stronger atmospheric circulation. These subtle signals help scientists trace how distant regions of the planet were interconnected long before modern climate records existed. Advances in analytical technology have transformed how ice cores are studied. Ultra-sensitive instruments now allow researchers to measure trace gases and isotopes at unprecedented resolutions, sometimes capturing seasonal changes from tens of thousands of years ago. This precision enables scientists to pinpoint abrupt climate events and better understand how quickly Earth systems can transition from stability to rapid change. The cosmic messages captured in Antarctic meteorites and the ancient climate records preserved in ice converge, revealing Antarctica not just as a continent of ice, but a vault of secrets from both beyond and beneath the Earth's surface. Buried mountain ranges. Puzzle. Beneath the vast ice sheet of Antarctica lies one of the planet's most astonishing geological secrets, an entire mountain range hidden from sight. Discovered in 1958, the Gamburtsev Mountains stretch over 1,200 kilometers, with peaks soaring above 3,000 meters, rivaling some of the world's largest mountain chains. Yet, unlike familiar ranges such as the Rockies or Himalayas, these mountains are completely buried beneath kilometers of ice, invisible to the naked eye. What makes the Gamburtsev Mountains truly mysterious is their origin. Most mountain ranges form at tectonic plate boundaries, where crashing plates push rock upward. But Antarctica's Gamburtsevs sit in the middle of a tectonic plate, with no clear signs of the powerful collisions that typically create towering peaks. This anomaly puzzles geologists, as the forces shaping these mountains appear different from those shaping well-known ranges. A primary hypothesis indicates that the old magma reservoirs under the continent lifted the land up, producing the mountains by the process of pushing them up from below. Nevertheless, the proof of this theory is still not definite and conclusive. The ice cover's huge thickness also has a negative effect on direct observation, which has turned it hard to study the rock formations and to take samples that would disclose the true history of these mountains. Seismologists and ice radar experts join forces to carry out the mapping of these huge ice-covered mountains.
The sea we want to explore is beneath our feet, locked away under 6 feet of ice. But first we have to learn to deal with the ice.
And the result is the revealing of a totally unexpected, rugged and sharp terrain that has remained frozen in time. The use of these tools permits the scientists to build up 3D images that display high peaks and deep hollows that are sealed under the shielding layer of ice. The landscapes to which the ice has granted protection from wind and water erosion have remained virtually unaltered, and hence have preserved the clues about the Earth's distant geological past. If the Gamburtsev Mountains' origin is discovered, then Antarctica would reveal much about its geological evolution and stability. Moreover, it would probably clarify the behavior of the ice sheet in that region for millions of years, as mountain ranges do influence the ice flow and melting patterns. These mountains might be the key to unlocking the past climate history and the ice sheet's survival during radical environmental changes. The Gamburtsev Mountains, due to their isolation and concealment, have remained one of the last frontiers of mountain geology on our planet. Further research on them can give not only Antarctica, but also the whole world a new perspective on how hidden ecosystems under ice sheets interact with global systems. The big questions continue to be, why here, why now, and what secrets do these buried giants still keep? The mystery of the Gamburtsev Mountains, however, has not only been a source of curiosity but also a challenge to geologists and glaciologists for decades. The mountains are already considered to be indicators of the dynamics and even the climate of the entire Antarctic continent. With each new finding under the ice, the reshaping of the perception of this alien world in our planet's vicinity is inevitable. Antarctica is a continent of impossible secrets, where frozen mountains, hidden ecosystems, ancient forests, and cosmic visitors all converge beneath a seemingly endless sheet of ice. The deeper we look, the more we realize how little we truly know. The Gamburtsev Mountains stand as a monumental reminder. Beneath the cold, white silence, a thrilling saga of Earth's history waits patiently to be uncovered. The Gamburtsev Mountains, besides being geologically interesting, have a significant impact on Antarctica's interior environment. The buried mountain's peaks act as the main points for the East Antarctic ice sheet, thus determining the distribution and movement of ice on the continent. Redirection of the ice flow, along with the trapping of cold air, adds up to the mountain's role in the stabilization of one of the oldest and thickest ice masses on Earth, thereby marking their importance not only as landforms, but also as players in Antarctica's frozen system. The present-day expeditions to investigate the Gamburtsevs are nothing less than feats of engineering and endurance. The researchers have to carry equipment over vast kilometers of extremely rough terrain, and in most cases, they depend on the use of airplanes with skis for landing purposes on the ice sheet. The camping sites are temporary, and the situation is tough. They work in freezing temperatures that can go down to -40 degrees Celsius.
It's only a little bit cold, at -35, but we've all had a really successful time here at this site.
Every survey flight and instrument deployment takes a lot of planning. This illustrates how deep and unfriendly this area is, even in the times of sophisticated technology. The examination of these concealed mountains also has repercussions that extend very far from Antarctica. The knowledge of how old mountain ranges could survive under ice for millions of years might give the scientists a hand in interpreting the same features of other frozen planets, like Mars or Jupiter's moon Europa, etc. Thus, the Gamburtsev Mountains become a natural experiment where the beauty of nature combines insights and connects the two fields of Earth science and planetary exploration. In the process of research going on, the Gamburtsevs keep reminding the scientists that the Earth is still full of mysteries. Even in a world that is perfectly mapped by satellites and has been populated by researchers for several centuries, entire mountain ranges can still remain concealed, thus reshaping the minds about what has been entirely visited. These silent mountains beneath the ice challenge mankind's trust in its knowledge, and at the same time, they motivate people to have new dreams and the awe of the hidden forces that are continuously influencing our planet. Antarctica is far more than ice and snow. It's a vault of unimaginable wonders, from hidden life and ancient forests to buried mountains and cosmic relics. Each discovery reshapes our understanding of Earth and the universe. If you've enjoyed this glimpse beneath the ice, be sure to like and subscribe for more incredible stories from the edges of our world.